For this part of our assignment, we're going to talk about the mid-segment of a triangle. A mid-segment just literally means the segment in the middle. So here, if we have a triangle, the mid-segment is a segment connecting the middles of the sides of the triangle. And it basically breaks up the triangle into a little one and a big one. Now, there's a whole bunch of rules that come with this, but we'll talk about that in a separate assignment. For right now, the mid-segment, just the segment through the middle of the triangle. Now, in this first picture here, the mid-segment is parallel to the one that you might call the floor, but it can be connecting any of the two sides, so it could look like either of these as well. So the key feature to a mid-segment, though, is that the mid-segment is connecting the midpoints of two of the sides of the triangle. So what we're going to do is, in GeoGebra, we're going to draw a triangle with its mid-segment. So, go to GeoGebra, select Geometry under their apps, and we can't draw a mid-segment without it being in a triangle. So step one is we're going to have to draw a triangle. Actually, step one, let's put our name on this. So under the Tools, go to More, scroll all the way down to the text at the bottom, and click a spot on the screen, and type in your name. And your name will appear somewhere on the screen. Okay, and again, you can move it around to get it out of the way if it ended up in the way. Next, we're going to scroll up and select all the way towards the top, select the polygon tool. We're going to draw a triangle. You can make yours as big or small as you like. Select that tool, and you're going to click in 3 spots on the screen, and then click back to the spot you started with, and now we have a triangle. Now, we're going to try to make our mid-segment. For the mid-segment, we have to connect the midpoints for the sides. So the next step we're going to do is try to find the midpoint for 2 of the sides. There's a tool that actually finds the midpoint for you. If you look on the left under Tools, under Construct, one of them says Midpoint or Center. So you're going to select that tool, and you're going to click on 2 of the sides of your triangle. It doesn't matter which 2. You can do it a couple different places. I'm going to do the left and the bottom, just because I think most people will do left and right. And we get 2 points, the midpoints for those sides. Next, we're going to connect those 2 with a segment. So we're going to go to the Segment tool and connect those 2 midpoints with a segment. Like the other constructions we've done, let's make this stand out. So I'm going to go to the arrow tool. I'm going to click on my mid-segment. And number 1, I'm going to change its color to red. Number 2, we're going to make it large enough that people can see. And then number 3, we're going to change the label. We're going to label this mid-segment. And select Show Label. So now we have a triangle with the mid-segment shown on the triangle. And if you move your triangle around, that mid-segment will stay in the middle. You can even rearrange it so you can have it as the left or the right or the top or bottom. You can make it so that mid-segment is parallel to the bottom if you so like. But we're going to do a measurement. There's a couple of rules about mid-segments that we are going to explore in a different assignment. But the length of the mid-segment and the one side it's not touching, they're connected to each other. So we're going to find those lengths. So under our tools, there's a tool that actually measures distance or length. If you go down, one of the sets of tools is measure, and one of them says distance or length. Select that. You can click on the mid-segment, and its distance pops up. It says equals 5.1. And without even leaving the tool, I'm going to click on the parallel side, the one side that mid-segment's not touching, and I get its length as well. Now mine's a little crowded. Whoops. I'm going to move it so we can actually see all these numbers. And one of the things you'll notice is your mid-segment is going to be exactly half the length of the side it's parallel to. If we move the triangle around, say I want to make this long side on the bottom, say I want to make it 8, then the mid-segment we should already know is going to end up being 4, and it is. Now, before you snap your picture, 2 things. 1, make sure your name's going to be in it. And 2, I want you to move your triangle so that the mid-segment has a length of 7. So you're going to rearrange it. Oh, maybe that's too big. Let's not do 7. Let's make the mid-segment have a length of 3. And you should be able to guess what this other side is going to be. So rearrange your triangle so the mid-segment has a length of 3. Then take a screenshot and drop it into the Google Slides where we've been storing these pictures. And that'll be it for mid-segment, at least for now.